The most essential and the most important moments in my life happen right here in this building. I am the youngest of four. My mom raised us all. Growing up in Southeast, we didn't have everything we wanted, but we always had everything we needed. The area wasn't the best. There wasn't a lot of resources. Some of the tough stuff was feeling like you have to be on guard all the time. My neighborhood was so much different than the Brady Bunch and these other TV shows. I was always engaged in educating myself. I was really articulate. I used to read the dictionary all the time. I was supposed to be the first male in my family to graduate from high school. My senior year, I just remember feeling so much pressure. I really got disengaged, honestly. When I didn't graduate, my mom took it hard because she was my biggest champion. That was so much shame, especially because I knew my potential. So I ended up getting a job at an ice cream store. I worked there for a couple of months and I ended up getting fired. That was my wake-up call. I just remember feeling there has to be something more. Like this cannot be it.
When I went to El Salvador when I was 9, I wasn't really aware of my family over there. I didn't know any of them. My cousin started asking me to hang out with him. And I'm like, okay, that's my family. And he's not gonna do anything to hurt me. He sexually assaulted me. He said, if you yell or if you do anything, they're not gonna believe you. I started crying and then that's when he finally stopped. When I came back from El Salvador, it just changed my whole outlook on life. I really didn't allow myself to experience a childhood as I should have. I was so uncomfortable around my dad, around men in general. When my mom would leave the house and it was just me and my dad there, I would feel what about if he does the same thing that my cousin did? My mom, she started noticing around 7th grade that I was angry all the time. I started missing school, I started missing classes. I would be at home crying. It's I didn't have a safe place. I didn't have a place where I could go to and talk to someone about what was going on with me.
But what I found was that life was pretty difficult without education. I realized that to get your GED, you have to pay for it. When you have to pay for it, you have to have a job. Then you need to have a job, you need an education. So it was just a cycle of nothingness. For someone who was my age at the time, who was in that in-between phase that still needed help, I didn't have a diploma. I was a black male. I was also gay. There was very little resources for someone like me. I remember feeling so hopeless. I remember feeling depressed. I was really lost at the time.
When I first came to LAYC, I met Millie. And I would just go straight to her office and I would just sit in there. She would ask me about my day. After a while, I started getting comfortable with her. And then she ended up actually becoming my mentor. It was one day as I was getting ready for school, I couldn't stop crying. And I called my mentor. She was like, I'm coming to pick you up. And then I told her, I need a therapist. I need someone to talk to. I just can't keep suffering in silence. That's when we came back to LAYC and I was talking to a therapist and some psychiatrists. They did an evaluation on me and they said I had signs for suicide. I still didn't realize that what was going on with me at that time was because what happened to me when I was 9. I probably would have killed myself if it wasn't for my therapist.
Transitional housing happened because of the domino effect of not having my education. So it really put me in a tough situation. I didn't even know what I was gonna do at the time, honestly. There aren't any housing programs for young men of color in general, and especially not LGBT young men. The good people at LAYC reached out to me and was like, hey, we have this LGBT youth transitional living program so you can get on your feet. Those 2 years were so crucial. Honestly, I don't even know where I would have even been. I probably wouldn't be here. Just be honest with you, I probably wouldn't be here. I would have got lost in the darkness. I would have just drifted off. It would have been it.
It really affected my attendance and my grades. They said that I have to repeat the whole school year again. And it was just like more stress put on top of other stress. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna call Millie. She said, like, what do you mean? They can't tell you that you're not gonna graduate this year. Like, you're going to graduate, you're going to pass those classes, you're gonna get your diploma. So it was like that extra nudge. I crossed the stage August 4th, 2016. It was late, but I got it.
One of the staff connected me to night school. Now, it took some time, but I still ended up being the first male in my family to get his diploma. And there was just so much overflowing emotion. That was just such a liberating experience for me. Just having those people in my corner at LAYC was so crucial. There was no judgment. It was just like, just keep trying, just keep going. It's gonna work out. They kept pushing me to go forward. I couldn't find these resources anywhere else. So if you would have told me that there was a little building on the corner of 1419 that had a model for housing for all, that had pre-GED education for those youth who just didn't make all the right choices, didn't do everything right, you know? I wouldn't have believed you.
Okay, brothers, first of all, how you doing? Let's start there. How you brothers doing? Hold on, I don't feel my brothers right now. First of all, how you doing? Okay,
Today, I am a facilitator for the Manhood 2.0 program at LAYC. So it's a 7-session curriculum. It's meant to promote healthier young men in DC. It is okay for a woman to carry condoms. Let's talk about it. What do you guys think?
So yes, it is okay for a woman to carry condoms.
Through the unconditional support and guidance and resources that I receive from LAYC, I'm able to give back to others what was given to me.
so there's benefits to both partners carrying condoms. Okay, so it means if I forget my condom, that means that she has hers.
In these sessions when I'm working with them, a lot of times I really use my own life as an example to really get them thinking about the young men that they want to be.
Whose job is it to stay safe? Whose job is it? It's everybody's job.
We need something to grab our attention. What is going to grab your attention? Come on, throw your ideas. Hands up. LAYC assigned us to a school in DC. I work with 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. What's next? The beginning of the story. How is it going to begin? Start writing it down. When I graduate from the AmeriCorps program, I'll have an educational award that will go towards college expenses. Right now, I'm in school to become a medical assistant. It's an 8-month program, and I go to class 5 days a week, and it's very hands-on. It's gonna help me pay my way through college.
The love and support that I got from everyone in LAYC, from the teen center all the way up to the 4th floor to the CEO, is something that I'm taking with me for the rest of my life. I feel empowered to one day start my own youth center for young people where I grew up. This is my model here. This is where it all started.
I'm so glad LAYC began, because if not, a lot of youth wouldn't see hope for their future. I got to meet therapists that helped me start off the healing process of my childhood. I got to meet advocates that helped me out. I got to meet my promotor. I met my mentor that's like a second mom. They truly do believe in me, and they know that I can achieve every single goal I have set for myself. They really helped me see myself through their eyes.